Hey guys, thanks for watching Precision Rifle Network. I'm Joel. I'm here with Brian Allen, who of course you know is PRS pro shooter. He also he runs the A-Team Precision, and he also instructs and shoots for K&M Precision Rifle training. And I thought you guys might appreciate seeing what a professional level shooter carries for not just a rifle, but what he carries to every single match with him as far as gear is concerned. So I'm gonna step out of the picture and let Brian take over. So,
all right, okay, Joel, thanks. All right, so when I started thinking about going to the match, first thing I got to remember is my rifle, of course. So I'm gonna tell you a little bit about the rifle and the ammo I use. And again, when you're making your list for the match, that's the first two things at the last minute before you get in that truck. Make sure you got your rifle and your ammo. You can make it without that. Certainly need your data as well, but you can make it at a match with just a rifle and ammo. You can borrow some other things. So I do have 6 dashers when I shoot with a Motorworks barrel, 25 inches long. I use a heavy barrel. I use the Elite lightweight stock from Manners, but yet I use a heavy barrel on it. And I'd rather gain my weight in the barrel to help hold the recoil down. I use the Collis 6 to 24, and recently I've got the 5 to 25 that I've been shooting on my other gun. I just want to make sure it's proven. So far it's very proven, and I'll probably be competing that in the Pro-Am in a couple weeks. But I keep my bipod on my gun because that way I don't have to remember my bipod. Of course, I have my mags and things in here I'm going to go through in just a moment. I'm going to set the gun out of the way. But I use a data card. That's one of the main things I want in here. I have a few extra ones cleaned up. And then I also take some alcohol wipes and of course markers. And I take a couple different color markers for different reasons. Like if I'm doing holdover stages, I might want a different color for up or under or something like that. Couple different options. John Sneed has come up with a very good simple thing that we use here, just wrapped around the gun and hose, and works very, very well. I was using this, I still use it sometimes. It have Velcro on your gun. Does basically the same principle. So I'm going to set the gun to the back so I can go through the backpack a little better and show you. I keep all this stuff in my backpack, even at home when I run across the road to train or when I go anywhere, and that way I don't have to make a list. I will go through it sometime before a match, but if you leave everything in it, you don't have to worry about it. So I definitely keep 2 mags. I usually have a 12 rounder and a 10 rounder. You might say, why don't you just run all 12s? Well, what if the stage where this 12 is too low and it's a stage on a cover or something that you're shooting on and your gun would rock if it's sticking down too low. And of course my ammo. A lot of people might want to mark your ammo. If you're going to a match, you can mark the back of it with a different color magic marker. I don't think any of mine in this, but here's one that's marked. Usually mark this ring. It's not quite as bright because it hasn't been marked recently for a match. All right, so there are those items. And of course, a Kestrel is a must, or your data, however you do that. If you have it on a phone, whatever, or even if you're using paper data, that's fine, but make sure you have your data or a way to collect that. Not as important because you can always borrow it, but keep some ear protection in there. I keep this, and I'm not going to drag the batteries out, but I have extra batteries in there as well. Some of this stuff is not as mandatory, but I have a way to clean my glass and keep a little extra Advil in here and an Allen wrench, a few things like that in here. I wear contacts when I compete, so I keep an extra pair of contacts in here just in case something was to go wrong with the pair of contacts that I was wearing at the time. So that's most everything in that pouch. Of course, rear bag is very important. I'm all the way down to just 1 rear bag now. I was carrying the larger game changer. I had already weaned myself off of the side bags and things, and I was carrying this in a very small bag that I felt like I couldn't leave home without. A lot of you know I called it Linus. But recently I've been shooting matches with nothing but this, and it makes it easier now. It's the heavy one. It's as heavy as the large game changer, but it is small. It doesn't take a lot of room. I threw this in here to show you, but rain gear, I won't carry it in the backpack while I'm competing if it's 100% no rain, 0% rain or whatever. But I do make sure you have rain gear available, because if everybody leaves their rain gear at home, it's gonna rain. So I'd rather you bring it and then it won't rain on it. So I got a couple extra things like that. I hardly ever use this, but it's in there just in case. But I do bring extra chamber flags because you are likely to drop one or lose it. All right, a couple more important things. I don't keep a lot of tools, but I do keep a little grease, and I keep a pair of pliers, a small crescent, and that. Get too much weight in your bag, then you're gonna have problems. Or I do anyway, as old as I am. More important than anything, extra trigger. This is actually Trigger Tech started this with me. I keep a match saver. Almost every match this trigger goes to someone. Thank goodness, put a little plug in for them. I haven't had to use any of my spare triggers since I've been using Trigger Tech triggers. But on the other hand, many people have. And it's there in case mine goes down, because we all know even Trigger Tech could go down. I keep extra parts to my bolts in here. Extra springs and mag releases and everything. Hammer to take out the trigger with, as well as a pin or a punch to drive it out with. That's pretty much the only tools I carry to save them weight. But then over here, I leave this in the truck, but I do have some bigger things in here, like an extra firing pin assembly. I even have one for a surgeon in case someone else's go down. Cleaning supplies, heavier tools down in there, crescent wrenches and different things like that. Don't want to, they stay in the truck basically, but they're there in case me or someone else needs them. For the most part, that's it. I don't go that heavy. There's certainly more things you can take, but over the years, this is the stuff that I use, whether it's on my gun or someone else's, almost every match. But it's about all that I need, and other than that, it's pretty empty.
Guys, thanks for tuning in today. I sure appreciated seeing everything that Brian has in his match bag. I know you did too. I personally was kind of shocked to see only one bag. You know, for me, I'm going back to that sort of thing. I've decided over just the last month or two that I kind of want to return to the basics of this sort of thing. Focus on fundamentals, start carrying only one bag, because I just don't need all the other ones I'm finding. So one game changer bag is all I'm going to be carrying as well. It was kind of fun to find out that that's what Brian does too. Hopefully you guys got something useful out of this. Thanks for watching. Consider supporting through Patreon. If you haven't already, smash that subscribe button, share the video for me, that helps me out. Tune in again soon for another great video from Precision Rifle Network.